Tell me, what would you think about when choosing a $50 price range headphone? Some people yelling like,
"Oh, $50 Bluetooth headphone sucks."
and some people like,
"There's no sound quality when it comes to $50 Bluetooth garbage."
yeah, wise guys. Nobody born as an audiophile, okay? Most people like me don't have endless option when picking their first pair of headphones. Quite contrary. Once upon a time, buying a 50 pair of headphones meant I had to spend 2 weeks allowance. I don't even feel angry back then, because I thought at this price, it should be good enough, right? So that's why I slowly figured it out as a strategy. At this price range, maybe go for a safer choice, like widely recognizable brand. For example, a Sony.
Presenting the CH520, now resting my balls. Boaster from Sony, the undisputed titan of the audio realm. The enigmatic overlord who simultaneously referenced and dominated the Bluetooth arena. The colossal second only to Apple, the power-raising empire you might endlessly search for, yet secretly armed to complete your tech path and wings.
So, how does the CH520 actually stack up at the price range? Or, let me cut the chase. Is it worth your cash? Let's dig in. The CH520 is an over-ear Bluetooth headphone released by Sony in 2023, positioned as a daily wear model targeting mainstream consumers. Nearly 2 years since its launch, it still ranks among Amazon's top 10 best-selling over-ear headphones. As for why I choose to review it right now, well, my friend CH510 recently died. I mean like dead. And while helping her hunt for replacements, I just naturally pointed to this evolutionary successor, CH520. Let's start with CH520's design. The exterior uses a matte plastic shell with a sandblasted texture, and matte finish is timeless options. The headband's top and ear cushions are made of polyurethane foam, which feels incredibly soft. Both sides of the headband hinges features a huge Sony logo, perfect for subway flexing. Like, behold, peasant, I wear the mark of Sony. Thanks to the snap-fit design, adjusting headband is hassle-free, and clear air arm marking inside help you distinguish left from right. In terms of comfort, the fur padding on the headband effectively reduces the pressure on the top of your hand. The ear cushion is on ears. It means resting on your ear rather than enclose them. While design isn't inherently ideal, the lightweight build with just 132 grams and highly flexible swivel hinges prevents excessive clamping force, making long sessions surprisingly tolerable. As for battery life, it clocks in around 50 hours. More than enough. The stamina here outlasts even my own anxiety about, well, why did I last charge these things? But Sony's got your back. With power delivery fast charging, 3 minutes of juice buy you at least an hour of playtime. Perfect for those, oh crap, I forgot to charge panic moments. ANC? Nah. This CH520 proudly offers 100% transparency mode, meaning zero noise isolation. If you're eyeing on this one, accept that it won't shield you from jet engines, subway switchings, or your co-workers' crunching chip addiction. For flight warriors, save up for like $200 league like XM5, Beats Studio Pro, etc. Even cycling with these, you hear my stage mutiny against the wind roll. Meanwhile, tri-fi rivals like Baser's Ultra Pro or Edifier WA20MB at this price brag about 40 dBs ANC depths. The perk? Sony keeping you dangerously aware of your surroundings. Safety first, noise cancellation, never. Calling noise reduction is prevents basically meets needs. Again, skate biking. Compared to the newer 2024 models, its mic are simply adequate. just adequate. While competitors keep pushing algorithm upgrades, even Sony has performing tech for calling enhancements. Sony clearly doesn't want CH520 users gloom hour-long calls. So the mic here remains a humble, high-quality built-in microphone. Sound-wise, the CH520 is classical Sony tuning, engineering for instant gratification. The bass digs deep with solid low-end extension, and its response is impressively tight for its price. Vocal sits forwards, basing in warm ambience. But here's the rub. These strands flap into flaws with orchestra or chamber music. While undeniably pleasant, it prioritizes flavor over fidelity. Sony's secret sauce, which I think is tasty sound coloration that distracts you from the lack of a pure frequency sparkle and the soundstage narrower than a Tokyo apartment. But as a headphone designed for on-the-go use, how many people, besides maybe serial killer crafting their murder soundtrack, how many people actually blast a symphony in noisy streets? Right? Sony knows this. That's why the CH520 flaws fade when you are dodging traffic, not dissecting Mahler. And even if the stock sound isn't your jam, Sony's Headphone Connect app allows you to tweak it into submission. And honestly, that's when the big brands like Sony flex their deep-seated software mojo. What hardware can be copied easily? Their decades-deep EQ wizardry, not so much. With CH520, you got 8 presets plus granular custom tuning. But here's Sony's genius. Their app doesn't drown you in audiophile-grade knobs. Instead, it's EQ for dummies, which means intuitive enough that even your tech-illiterate uncle could dial in his smooth jazz sweet spots without a menu. Oh, by the way, the 360 reality audio works here too, if you're willing to cut out for Sony's high-res music subscription, of course. So, is it worth it for the price? I mean, what's the true value of the brand? Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine being a clueless teen, clutching allowance money, sharing a room with your siblings. Your headphone on just a gear. They are your personal shelter when you own nothing else. You crave something to crave out a bubble of you in the chaos, even if it's temporarily. But you're not tech nerds. I mean, not for now. You're just a kid staring at a $50 budget. Do you gamble on a tri-fi brand you can even pronounce? Or trust some YouTuber's flavor of the weak hype machine? Or grab a Sony logo you've seen on every Best Buy shelf since diapers? Objectively, the CH520 over-delivers on intangible. Sure, cheaper rivals pack feature it lacks, but this is anti-buyer's remorse headphones. No fireworks, no steal-of-the-century bragging rights, just a predictable, no surprise companion. That's quite power of legacy brands. They sell comfort in familiar, no specs on the spare shit. That's for today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash that like button and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Seriously, I'm dying to hear about your first childhood headphone in the comments. Alright, until next time, I'm out.